Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to get all the coordinates in the unit circle. It's actually really easy if you just know your 30-60 and your 45-45-90 triangles. So I'm going to do a little work down here to get the triangles, and then I'm going to go back up top. So, do 30, 60, 90. It's normally 2, 1, root 3. We need this number right here to be a 1 because that's the radius. So I'm going to divide everything by 2. It's going to give me a triangle that looks like this. 30, 60, 90. 1 over 2 is a half. And then root 3 over 2 is root 3 over 2. It's also helpful to have that triangle written like this. So I'll write it both ways. Half 1 root 3 over 2. And I'm going to copy these out top in a moment. And then the other triangle we're going to work with a lot is 45-45-90 triangle. Sorry about the squiggly line. So normally 45, 45. This is 1, 1 root 2. I need that to be a 1 because it's the hypotenuse or the radius, which I divide everything by root 2. So I get 1 here. 1 over root 2, I need to rationalize it, root 2 over 2, that gives me a 2, or sorry, I multiply by root 2 over root 2, that gives me a root 2 in the top and a 2 in the bottom. So when I divide that guy by root 2, do that math, which gives me root 2 over 2 here, and root 2 over 2 here. Now I'm going to go back up top. Okay, so I put those triangles up here for us. What we're going to do is use those triangles to build all the coordinates in here. The first thing I'm going to do, and I guess, I'll use red. 1, 0, 1 comma 0, the coordinates there, because it's a radius of 1. That's this length, that length right there. That's the same as this length, and that length, and that length, and that length, all the way through. So the radius is 1 everywhere, so that gives me 0, 1 here, negative 1, 0, and 0, negative 1. Should put commas. Okay, let me get rid of all this junk. Hopefully you can see the angles that I've labeled in there. I've only done it in degrees because I'm going to run out of space. But you should be able to do the exact same thing that I'm doing here with degrees with radians. So, watch. I'll do it in green. I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to drop this down like that. And then I'm going to bring this over. What you should notice is that this is 30 degrees, this is 60, and that's 90 right there. So that's this triangle right here. Radius is 1, this length right here, which corresponds with this length right here. So the x-coordinate gets this length, which is root 3 over 2, and the y-coordinate gets this length, which is 1/2. Because that's how high I've gone up. So I get root 3 over 2 and then 1/2. I'm not going to have space for the commas, so you're just going to have to deal with it. Let me get rid of that guy. Alright, so next I'm going to do the 45-45-90 triangle. So I guess I'll stick with green. 45 degrees right here, that length that I just drew is 1. Drop this line down, bring this line over. Those are the side lengths in this triangle. So this is the root 2 over 2 here, and then this is the root 2 over 2 on the right hand side over there. So I get root 2 over 2 for my x's and root 2 over 2 for my y's. Easy, easy. Then I look at this triangle right here. Down here I've got 60 up, and that comes from this angle right here. That's 60 that I just drew all over. And I get 90 right here and a 30 up there, which is this triangle. Notice the radius is 1, which corresponds with the 1 there. So I get 1/2 and root 3 over 2 there. This becomes the x-coordinate because it's how far out I've gone this way, and the y-coordinate is how far I've gone up, which is root 3 over 2. So I get 1/2 and root 3 over 2. And those should be inside the coordinates like that. Alright, let me erase this. Alright, so after we have all those, I just kind of like look at them and use symmetry stuff. So maybe I'll change colors. I'll go to purple. Alright, I should erase all this stuff. Okay. Notice here I will draw purple. This triangle right here is just a flipped version of this triangle right here. It's just flipped over the y-axis. So the y-coordinate for this one, right, for the new one, the 120, is the same as the y-coordinate for the 60. So this gets root 3 over 2 for the y, and the x-coordinate is the same distance this way as I went that way. It was 1/2 in this direction here, so it's 1/2 in this direction here. It's just negative now, so I get negative 1/2. Erase this. And then I go through and I do that like everywhere. You're not going to draw the triangle every time. I'm not going to draw the triangle every time. But so like here, this point, purple, this point corresponds with that point. So it gets the same y-coordinate, which is root 2 over 2, and then it gets a negative x-coordinate, which is root 2 over 2, but negative. Easy. This one corresponds with this one, the 150 right there. So I get negative root 3 over 2, and I get 1/2. Let me erase the purple. Alright, what color should I do next? I'll do orange, my favorite color, orange. Okay, now I'm going to look at this triangle right here. After the work that I've done, there's like lots of ways to do it. I can look at it as this triangle flipped upside down, which means that the y-coordinate just becomes negative and the x-coordinate becomes negative or stays negative. Or I can look at it as this triangle where I make both the x and the y negative to get it down to here. Either way, my x-coordinate is negative root 3 over 2, and my y-coordinate is negative 1/2. I'll erase this. Okay, next one, 225. I get it from that guy. So I've got negative root 2 over 2, comma, just make the y negative because I'm now below the axis, negative root 2 over 2. Boink, 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 boink. Now the next one is the 240, and that corresponds with this guy. So I get negative root 3 over 2, comma, negative 1/2. Easy, easy. Erase. Alright, what color next? What color do I have left? That's the question. Blue? Blue. Okay, I think that it's easiest to look. I'm actually going to do this guy right here first, because I think it's easiest to get that guy from this guy instead of trying to come from this quadrant over here. Notice I flip it upside down, so the x stays positive, that's the root 3 over 2, and the y becomes negative. So this gets root 3 over 2, comma, negative 1/2. Like that. Get rid of this. And then the rest of them just kind of follow from have the same nature. The y's become negative and the x's stay the same. So this next one, 315, corresponds with this, root 2 over 2. So I get root 2 over 2, comma, negative root 2 over 2, parentheses. Last one is 300, and that corresponds with the 60. Flip the y. That gives me 1/2, stays positive because it's the x, comma, negative root 3 over 2. That's a 3, I swear. And that is it. I think I have all of them. Should be easy. Easy, easy.